let me explain to you all, my lovely members, why I always talk about the breath. The breath for me has been a healing tool along my healing journey. The breath has grounded me, and the breath has guided me to where I am today. I know it may seem strange, like, what are you talking about? Let me explain to you why I talk about the breath. It's like I'm breathing right now. What else do I need to know about the breath? The breath is such a grounding tool that we should be utilizing every single day, and we have access to it in every moment. I can finally speak on this topic from the other side. I once was a victim in my reality. I was always playing the victim. I was always rejecting love. I was always pushing relationships away, friendships away, highly insecure, like extremely insecure, really toxic. And the reason being was because my nervous system was out of balance. I was dysregulated. My nervous system was stuck in a fight or flight response. And when we are stuck in that fight or flight response, we perceive the whole world as everyone is out to get me. And you may wonder sometimes, why am I creating the same scenarios over and over and over again? Why am I not getting the relationship? Why am I not meeting my financial goals? Why am I still stuck? Why am I still anxious? Why am I still afraid? It's because your nervous system is dysregulated, and the breath has helped me through everything. A lot of us go on about our daily lives, not thinking about breathing with intention, intentional breathing. Normally we're just, and that is what they call shallow breathers. And what that is signaling to the brain when we breathe at a fast pace like that is signaling, hey, we are stressed out. We are being chased. We are not safe. However, when we start to elongate our inhalations and our exhalations, that signals to our brain, hey, we're calm, we're chill, we're good, we're safe. I'm safe in who I am. I'm confident in who I am. So that's why I preach all the time to take a few minutes to just take a deep breath to just ground ourselves back into reality, to let our bodies know, hey, we're safe, we're loved, we're protected. I think the best thing that we can do as a human species is to regulate our nervous systems. Because when we go to the grocery stores, when we go to the park, when we are around our loved ones, we are all reflecting back to one another how we are feeling. So if you are dysregulated, if I'm dysregulated, and I go to the grocery store and I greet the cashier and I'm super anxious, whatever it may be, then they will react the same way. And that'll make them not feel good. And that'll continue and that'll repeat. And that is why the collective is always in this fight or flight response. We're constantly being fed negativity. We're all dysregulated, and it just continues to bounce off of one another. So the best thing we can do is regulate ourselves. So when we do go out and about and we do meet people, when we do see someone that, oh wow, I want to go and have a chat with them, but before you do that, make sure you're feeling safe in your body. Make sure you're feeling regulated. That way, when you interact with them, they feel good. And if they feel good walking away from you, guess what? The next person they interact with is going to feel good, and it's going to repeat, and it's going to bounce off one another. That is how we can help the collective. That is how we can help one another. That's how we can love one another. And it starts by regulating your own nervous system. And it starts with the breath. It starts with intentional breathing. Every morning when I wake up, it doesn't matter what time, I wake up at various times in the morning, and I'm very grateful that I'm allowed to wake up at whatever time I'm allowed to. And it's really all thanks to my supporters, to my subscribers, to my members, that I'm able to wake up just when I feel like it. After I wake up, I make a pot of coffee. I take my time doing these little things. I brush my hair, brush my teeth, wash my face, maybe take a shower, maybe take a cold shower if I'm feeling really good. And then I grab my cup of coffee as I'm still in my robe, and I sit in the sun. And if it's not sunny out, I'll still sit by a window. And I'll just sit there for about 10 minutes. And I'll just meditate. And I will breathe with intention. I will regulate my nervous system for the day. I will not go out and about until I regulate myself. And you can do that simply by breathing with intention, long inhalations and long exhalations. Because again, when we breathe with intention like that, where you're signaling to the brain, hey, we're good, we're loved. And I'm not sure if you've ever heard getting high on your own supply, that is exactly what I'm doing. I'm getting high on my own supply in the morning before I go out and about, before I interact with people, before I get into the morning traffic. I'm chill, I'm cool as a cucumber because I started off my morning with intentional breathing. I regulate my nervous system every morning before I go out. If you don't, you are truly doing a disservice to yourself and to those around you. Do you want to make those around you feel bad, feel anxious, feel nervous, feel scared? No, that's not love. Your greatest ally is your breath. And I'm going to continue to preach it because I'm going to walk the talk. If I preach it, I'm going to continue holding myself accountable, and I'm going to do what I say every morning. I'm going to regulate myself every morning. That way, whomever I come into contact with, I can be present, I can listen, and if they're not regulated, if they're out of balance, if their nervous system is out of balance, I can then regulate them and make them feel good. I just want us to take a couple moments, if you're available, to get into a comfortable position. And whether you're laying down, I prefer to do intentional breath work in a seated position. Right now I'm in a stool. My back is straight. My knees are parallel to the ground. My feet are flat on the ground. You can do this in the bed as well, if you're able, and if you're in a safe place. So let's go ahead and get comfortable. And I want us to take just a few cleansing breaths. I was already feeling high on my own supply just within 3 breaths. I mean, that is amazing. And what we're doing when we take long breaths in and long breaths out, we are increasing, so we're upping the oxygen that is flowing through our body. We're getting oxygen into places that we normally don't reach. So with long inhalations and long exhalations, we're increasing the oxygen in our bodies, thus reducing stress, making you more relaxed, making you feel good. I want us to take 10 breaths together. 10 intentional breaths together. Make sure you're in a comfortable position and you're feeling safe. That is the absolute most important thing, that you are in a safe place while doing this. You are not driving. Are you ready to begin? Okay. And we're going to do these breaths continuously. Okay. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. is some really good shit. We can just take these last few moments to just relax. Perhaps you may be able to fall asleep after this. Maybe you need to take 10 more deep breaths. Whatever you need to do to make yourself feel loved, to feel grounded, whatever you need to do, however many breaths it may take for you to feel good, to feel grounded, to feel safe, to feel confident. I challenge you every morning, even if it's 5 minutes, to start with the breath. There are numerous ways, there are numerous techniques that you can use. Don't worry about any of those techniques right now. Just breathe with intention, long inhalations and long exhalations. That's it. It's as easy as that. So I challenge you every morning before you walk out that door, before you make an impression on the world, take a few minutes of intentional breathing. It's very simple. It can be hard to get started. Your mind may be every which way, pulling you left and right, up and down. I understand. But if you can breathe through those thoughts, those feelings, eventually everything is going to stop. And you're going to feel so grounded. You're going to feel so safe. And you're going to feel so loved. I hope you sleep well, and I hope